Okay, we're live, baby.
Yay!
Welcome, Shannon. Thank you for being here. And
I'm so excited to be here. I love creating, as usual, though, my project has about 100 things to get done in an hour, but I'm a fast crafter.
But you know what? Also, if you don't finish, we know where to find you. You'll finish it.
Exactly.
You'll finish it somewhere.
Yeah, you know that.
Yes. So what are you going to use today?
Well, I'm going to use the AB Studio paper. I'm sorry, I love these bunnies.
I know.
2246.
Yep.
They don't name their papers. And then I have this one I love. This is Decoupage Queen. This is the chandelier background.
That is a really good background.
It is beautiful. And then I'm going to be using the pendant, the new one, that one.
Yes.
And the signs.
Great. Are you doing resin or clay?
Well, I wanted to be ahead of the ball game because I have so much going on that I did resin, but I also did clay. I can't show you this yet because it's already dry, but it's a surprise what we're going to do with that.
Great. So I'm sure most of you know Shannon from lots of different places. Tell them where they can find you.
Facebook, Creating with Shannon, YouTube, TikTok. I'm on all the platforms, and also with Pentart.
I was just going to say, not to mention the wonderful, beautiful face of Pentart USA.
And look, I have my hair down. I never have my hair down.
I love it. I love it.
I'm just going somewhere after this live, so that's why I didn't put it up yet.
Okay.
Or didn't put it up. But I have my clip just in case. All right.
Yes. And I'm headed to a Thanksgiving dinner.
I was going to say, all you need is that little black ribbon and a little.
Now I have to do it now.
I'm sorry. When I saw that and you guys were teasing the shirt, I was like, okay, I'll chime in.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. But now that you see it, you can't unsee it.
I cannot unsee it. Reminds me of that Seinfeld episode, where Jerry Seinfeld wears the big puffer shirt. He looks like the pirate.
Yes. It's like a poet's blouse. Yes.
Yeah.
That is a great one. Okay, so you want to get to work?
Let's get to work.
Okay, let me see. There you go.
Can you still hear me?
Yep.
Oh, all right. So I'm going to move this back a little bit so you don't see my legs. So my desk is a lot going on. Normally I zoom in on just my work area, but I can't zoom in, so this is fine. So we're just going to go with it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So first of all, I'm going to give you a little bit of an idea what we're doing. I have this journal. I love these journals. I use them a lot. And I'm going to be using the chandelier paper on it. And we're going to be using this little bunny guy. And then I already have this prepped. And then, and I'm going to show you how I did this. So I just wanted to be ahead of the ball game. And then I'm going to also, let me just put this down like this, just so you can see where we're going. I have two different plaques for down here. I have one with resin and clear resin, and then I have one that I stamped with in clay that's dry. You guys were talking about it earlier. I wanted to tell you, hey, I did it, but I couldn't chime in.
So what stamp is that? Or they just
I'm gonna show you all of it in just a second. But what I
great.
need to know first off is just so you can see the comments, right? I can't see them. I don't have them pulled up, but
yep, I can see them. Yep.
I need to know when we get down to doing his little plaque. This is Mr. Thistle Whisker. So we're either going to put it here. It says Journal of Thistle Whisker. And we're going to decorate this one that's stamped. It's kind of blurry. There we go.
That's so cute.
Or I have this clear one that I practiced. I put mirror mist on it.
Oh.
And then we're going to stamp right on here. And then we're going to fill this in with velvet powder. So, but the thing is I don't know which one to use. So what I want is for everybody to chime in. Do we want to do the clay one? Is it blurry on your end? Why is it so blurry?
No, when you've got it up there, I can see it really nicely.
Okay. All right. And then we have this one.
Yes, that's crystal clear.
So this one will be mirror mist stamped, velvet powdered. This one will be velvet powdered, painted, and is already stamped. So let us know in the comments if you would rather see the clay one or the mirror one.
Oh,
Take your
this is
pick.
so hard.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Now,
I'll let you know what they say.
all right, let them know. Okay, so what we're gonna do real quick is we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna show them how to put the decoupage paper on here because it obviously needs to be able to stretch. And I've already pre-cut the paper. I cut the edge off. So we're gonna use, of course, the all ever good best decoupage medium, the decoupage varnishing glue by Pentart. I'm using the matte because this is just for putting it on and nobody's going to see what it is underneath if it's matte or gloss.
Yes.
But this blurriness is going to, I might switch out cameras, which is super easy to do.
Okay.
I know you might be like,
if it's gonna distract you, I want you to be happy.
I'm gonna put this paper on first, throw it in front of the dryer, and then we'll switch the camera. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to get your rice paper wet because it'll stretch. So I'm just gonna use my little mister bottle. Now I don't mean drench. I just mean, give it 2 mists real quick. And what that's gonna do is gonna kind of make your paper a little bit more stretchy. Now notice I only put the decoupage glue on the front. I didn't do the other part yet. Hold on, let me see. And what's nice about rice paper is, look, you can pick it up. So if you're not happy with where you put it, you can pick it up and then you can replace it down. My goal here is to put it where it's even on, the white is even on each side. There we go. And I'm gonna fold this under. I'll decoupage that in a minute. I just don't want it to glue to my pages. Now the trick here is where you have a little crease, I want to put my decoupage medium in the crease here. And I want to use my brush edge to really push it down in to that crease. See that crease? You can see that, yeah.
Yes.
All right, and now we're gonna, so the only part that is wet now is just that crease with the decoupage glue on the outside.
That is what's nice about rice paper. You can really move with it a little bit because of the fibers.
Oh, absolutely. And if I was using a napkin, it would have already tore.
Yes.
Especially because I am not one of those gentle crafters. I'm one of those, I don't have to say, you can tell.
You might have to choose which one. We're like down the middle with mirror and clay.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm just going to push this in, and now unfortunately the paper seems to be, it's a little small, but I already have pre-cut. Whoops. Let me get this right here. The very edge of the paper, so it matches this. I'm just going to bring it over here. So when you lay it down, you can't really see, but to make sure you can't see it, I'm just going to, it's better to have a torn edge, like a ripped edge. Even though this will give us a shadow, we can always decorate it. And this is actually the back of the journal, so nobody's really going to see that. So when we lay it down, and I can always put a stencil over it. So I'm going to put this on, and then we're going to switch cameras because, yeah, that's, it's, and I know that's my camera that I chose. I think that's why it's so, oops. I'm going to stick this on here, and then we're going to have some fun with velvet powder, mirror mist. And I'm going to put, so I smush the edge down, and then it kind of just blends.
Yes, you won't be able to see that once it's dry.
Nope. And I'm gonna glue these under, but what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna actually let it dry like this. But so you can see the creases, the paper went into the crease. So every time I open it, it won't tear, it won't do anything. So this is how I'm gonna dry it. So I'm gonna stick it right in front of the fan. And so that'll be ready so we can put the other stuff on. So what I'm gonna do is I have my cell phone here, and I'm gonna switch it out. So this is a 17, so it'll be a much better.
Okay. Well, I'm going to move the camera off of your desk for a minute.
Yeah, that'd be great. Just because you don't want to see me take this one down.
Okay. I'll put it on me for a minute. And someone said there's a little bit of an echo. Are you hearing that?
Yeah, just now you go there. How's that?
I think we're good.
Yeah, I had to mute this one.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, how is Oh yeah, that looks better.
Much better. Yes, I would say there's equal mirror and clay in the comments.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll do one on the project, and then I'll finish the other one, and then so that way they can see.
Okay. I still hear like a slight echo, but it's minor.
Yeah, that's no, I can't turn this phone off. Okay. Now there should be echo. Now what's going on with this? This camera didn't show up. Oh, there we go.
Good.
Okay, how's that?
You ready for me to put it up there and see?
Can you see it? Does it look okay? Huh. It still looks blurry. I don't know. Does it look blurry on your end?
I don't think it's super blurry.
All right. Well, maybe it's just the here on my camera. We're just gonna plug on. All right.
Okay.
So while that is drying, what I want to do here is on this. I'm going to show you how I did it. So what I have is I have a resin mold. I cast the outside in black, and then I did the middle in clear resin. And I'm going to show you how I did that. I just couldn't do it on camera because it wouldn't have been dried. So what I did was I poured the black resin here first. So if I pop it out, it actually turned gray, but there's a hole here. I don't want to, so I want to leave this in. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix my clear resin, pour it over. The trick is you want to leave this a little empty so the clear resin will go all the way to the ends. When you pick it up, it's smooth and the clear goes out all the way out to the edges. You don't want to just fill this in here. You want to make sure you fill up the whole thing. All right. So now let's start with the velvet powder. So let me hold it up here so you can see better.
Yes, when you hold it up, it's not blurry. I don't know what it is, if it's the background or what, because this is the typical background you use, right?
Oh yeah, it doesn't look blurry on my camera. It just looks blurry on the output.
Yeah.
So that is going to be very frustrating for everybody that's watching, but it's okay. We'll figure it out.
Yes.
So when you use velvet powder, you want to make sure that your undercolor paint matches. So can you tell what color I'm going to be using?
Yes.
Brown. So the first thing you need to do is you need to get your tacky glue out, and you are going to put just a light coat just where the brown is, right where you want the brown to be. So it goes on white and then it'll dry clear. I think I use velvet powder, one of the most of the novelty products that Pentart has. I just use it all the time.
I love watching you use it.
I guess I could have prepped this part too, but
it's fun to watch.
Okay.
One thing I learned when we were visiting with Pentart is that the decor glue tacky versus the hobby glue tacky, the decor glue tacky actually has self-leveling properties where the hobby glue tacky does not, because anything with the word decor in it was originally meant for like bigger projects and bigger surfaces.
Yeah, like furniture, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. I'm just going to get some of the bubbles out, so because we want it to dry fast. I don't mean bubbles. I mean pools where it's thicker. There we go. So I'm going to stick that for the fan too. Stick my brush. All right. Let's bring this back. So here's our book. Now, here is Mr. Thistle Whisker. He is so cute. I just love this guy. He's kind of got a sepia tone, so he matches good with the paper. Because I want him to pop a little bit more. If I put him on here, it's going to be too dark. Generally, you don't want to put white paint directly on your paper. But what I did was I already put one coat of the decoupage medium on there. So then I can put the white paint right on it.
So it's like a sealer.
Yeah, it's just seals because sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes the white paint can go through. But because I put the decoupage medium on the back, it acts as a sealer, so there's no chance that the white will go through. And I could have painted right on here, but then I would have had to have drawn a circle or guessed where I was going. This way I know exactly where the paint's going to be.
I was going to
Or
say
needs to be.
you'd have to be so precise.
Yes. All right. So that's going to take a minute to dry. Even if I put it on when the white paint's still wet, it won't matter.
Okay, Brenda asks, how do you use the 3D gel glue and does it dry clear? I don't know
Okay, that's easy. 3D gel, that just means it's the same thing. It just is in 3D, so it's thicker, but it dries tacky. So there's a pen and there's a paste. So the paste you run through a stencil, and the pen you can draw with. Like you would not want to use this through a stencil because it'll just run. You want to use the paste, the 3D glue paste.
Okay. This woman knows her glues.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to do a little bit to the frame. And because we want it to look antique, I'm going to flip it around to the back. And that's another reason I'm not decoupaging this on Mr. Thistlewhistle to the back of here. We're just going to put it together. I'll show you in a second. I'm going to take a little brush. Now to give it that antique kind of appearance, I'm just going to take a little bit of the gold wax paste. I'm going to hold it up here so you can see it better. And I'm just going to kind of touch a few different areas. This is like one of the techniques for reverse decoupage. So when you flip it over, it kind of, no, I can't see it. Why is that?
There you go.
Yeah.
When your hand is behind it, it comes into focus.
Maybe my light is too bright. Maybe, let me just see this. Let's take a, does that help at all?
I think so.
No. Okay. Anyway.
No, I do think that helped a little bit. Yes, it's a little blurry, but yeah, when you have your hand behind it and you bring it up, it's like perfectly focused.
Okay, and now I'm going to take a little bit of the umber, whatever color you want to call it, and I'm going to add a little bit of the brown to it. Just here and there, no rhyme or reason. But now when I put it over Mr. Thistlewhistle, it gives an antique appearance. So it looks like an antique frame, and that's the look that we're going for here.
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to let this dry for a second.
For everyone asking what she's using, I'm linking in the comments, and it's also linked in the description. She has a whole collection for what she's using today.
So I'm going to actually, nope, don't want to put that in yet. I can't forget. I want to do this. So I'm going to stencil either, I was thinking I could do it this way, which would be different. Or I could just go this way. But this is what it'll look like. So it'll be.
Okay. Let's see it the other way. Oh, they're both good.
Yeah, I've never stenciled like this before. I've never stenciled this way. So maybe we'll try that.
Yeah, maybe today's the day.
Yeah, forget it. We're just doing it this way. But I am going to be using, I know, one of my favorite pastes, the deluxe paste.
Beautiful.
Okay, so I'm going to stick my stencil down. And I don't want it to be a perfect stencil. I want it to be a little uneven. And what I mean by uneven, I mean like the application. So like thick here, thin there, maybe not so like full all the way to the diamond. So we're just going to kind of run this through here.
What color is that?
This is truffles.
Beautiful.
I was experimenting the other day with it, and I was just kind of looking at the different colors, and I did it directly onto the decoupage paper with letting it kind of dry. So when I pulled it off, it ripped my rice paper right apart.
Oh, I think did you make a little video about that?
I did. I was like,
Yes,
come
I
on,
saw.
Shannon, you know better than that.
So the
So
glaze
that's my
stays
goal.
thick.
See how I wanted it to
Yeah.
be kind of like uneven?
Yes.
Yeah, because that's a good look. Because
That's
I'm
good.
like Olga. I like the grungy, like the kind of, I don't know. She was describing it pretty good.
Yeah, dirty.
Dirty, yes.
Yeah. You have to dirty it up a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, so we have that. So that's going to dry. And I also thought about this. I have these micro beads. Love these. I've been playing with these a lot, and look at those. Can you see those?
Oh. I've never really seen anyone use them, so I'm very excited for this.
Well, I was going to put them in the frame here, like the
Ooh.
outline.
Yeah.
See the little wall, but then it was like, no, it didn't, I don't think it was going to look good. So I'm just going to sprinkle some in this deluxe paste. Kind of give it a little.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's just something different. So.
Yes.
And I'm going to have to take pictures because the output on here is,
Yes, definitely take pictures when you're done.
So now we come back to the question of this one, or we're going to mirror mist this and then stamp it black. I kind of like this one because it's just so wonky the way the letters are, because it's not the easiest to stamp. And this is what I used. I used these kind of stamps. You can get them at Joann's, Michael's. They're super cheap. And
Yes,
I have I can't even tell you how many fonts I have. I have just sitting here 4 different fonts, but they're super easy. You just stick them in. That's it.
I think I like the look of the clay because your other frame is going to be dark. I think that'll look nice.
Yes. So now we come to the part of how are we going to decorate it? So while we're deciding that, though, let's put the velvet powder on our frame. So put that aside. The resin mold is sliding because of the micro beads.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to pour this brown right on top of the tacky glue. I just thought the brown and the black is just a neat color combination. I almost chose the garnet, but then I thought that might take away from it.
I like brown and black. Oh yeah. Oh, that looks so good.
Okay, so I'm just going to stick this to the side. Eventually, in a little bit, not on camera, I'm going to pour that back into the jar. But because I'm a little bit short on time, I want to make sure that I get everything done that I need to get done. All right, so one other thing I need to do is I need to add the gold to this frame. Let me just... I wonder if I can change that. Oh, look at that.
Yes.
So I'm just using the gold wax paste. But I'm doing this because I wanted to leave the back black just for more dimension. Because I could have taken the metal pigment and, painted all of that gold in there. I'm going to try something here. Nope. Oh. There we go. Yeah.
Did you see how closely I was looking at your project? I was like falling into the screen. That looks great.
Yeah, I think the black and the brown with a little bit of the gold really.
Oh. Yes.
And now I was going to put the little beads in here too, but they're just super hard to control and they just roll everywhere. And then, so I'm going to skip that. And I'm just going to take a brush and I'm going to just paint the wax paste in there. Maybe I use my finger.
The frame she's using, that is the brand new large pendant mold from Lablanche. So, and everything she's using is linked both in the descriptions wherever you're watching, and I'm also going to link them in the comments. Hi, Iveta.
There we go. Yeah, so you still can't even see how beautiful it looks because of the blurriness. Oh, well. All right, let's start putting them together. So that's going to cover that. But before we do that, now we're going to put Mr. Thistle Whisker on here. And I'm only going to put the decoupage medium right over. Remember, I sandwiched it. I didn't put the white directly on the paper. I did decoupage medium, let it dry, and then I did the white. Let that dry. Now I'm just putting the decoupage glue right on the paper. Could I have done reverse decoupage on here? Absolutely. But because I knew it was layering, I just decided I was going to do it this way.
Yeah.
Now here I normally use the heavy body gel, but I really don't have any concave surfaces or anything that I need to fill in. So I'll probably just use express glue because express glue, you have a little bit more control of, obviously, because it's the nozzle, but it also holds very, very strong too. Oops, I don't want to do that part because there's a surprise. There we go. So now we need to start thinking about what color we want to paint the plaque. Let me put the plaque back in focus here. We have this little guy. It's the gray clay, the Joe V.
It feels like your camera wants to follow your hand. It's like wherever your hand is comes into focus.
Like yeah, right now, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. All I know is I had two cameras and it's doing it with both of them. So yes. I don't know. All right. So see how, oh, that's cute. And then we'll put this here. Let me just bring this up.
Oh, I love it.
Now I have this sticking off for a reason, and I'll explain that a little bit.
Yes, I'm curious.
I'm going to decoupage the white down. I don't want to spend the time on camera doing that, so we're just going to pretend that it's tucked under. We are going to fix the edge so we don't see it, but we really need to work on this part, the Journal of Thistle Whisker. So what I want to do is I want to just mix up a little bit of the metal pigment and the pigment fix. My favorite is the antique gold. I don't know why. It just has a pretty color. That's what I like. So
Mary says, I'm loving what you're doing, Shannon. This is beautiful.
Oh, good. I hope so. It'll look better once I take pictures. Okay. My little stirrer.
Antique gold is so pretty.
It really is. It's a beautiful color.
I never, ever get tired of watching metal pigment and pigment fix being mixed up.
Right?
It's just so amazing.
Now, I've never done this, but I'm going to give this a try. What I'm going to do is I want the gold to go into the letters. So I'll probably be a little sloppy, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my daubers and I'm going to daub the color over it so it doesn't get in the holes. So let's give that a whirl. Let's see how that works. Does that make sense of what I'm doing?
Yes. And I love how brave you are.
Yeah, you know. So now you can really see the letters pop. Yeah. Like I wouldn't want to do this with my clay wet. Especially when you definitely want to make sure your clay is dry for this. And I want to go back and I want to make sure that I don't have any, where's my wife's? That I don't have any excess because I don't want to lose any of the depth of the letters.
Oh, so cool.
Okay. Since I have this out, I'm going to go ahead and I think, no, I'll wait. I was thinking about maybe doing that, but that's right. I was going to do the brown velvet powder to match Uh-oh. Look what I just did. I just knocked over a whole thing of pigment fix. This is why I generally, when I'm creating, I put lids back on immediately because I am a spaz and I knock everything over. Like in a million years when I'm filming, I only get this. I never show all my my stuff.
And of course, the camera's perfectly focused on that.
That's okay. That's what this rag is for. We'll just do that. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Now, with this, because I want it to be a little thicker, I'm not going to use the decor tacky glue. I'm actually going to be using the express glue to get it down in there, and then I'm just going to push the velvet powder in. But we're going to do that in a minute. I want to go ahead and I'm going to mix up. I really, really like this color too. This is mica. This is the golden brown. Beautiful
I
color.
love that color. Love
it's
it.
so pretty.
It's very underrated. You don't see
Yes.
people using it a ton.
I feel like I should just be mixing it right here in my
Yes, you should.
my mess. Okay. Yeah. Pour a little bit here. I'll mix it up.
Lori says, woman after my own heart. I'm such a messy crafter.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
You're
Okay,
not
so I'm
alone.
just mixing it up. And now we're going to test my theory here about stamping with the dauber over this. Because I use the dauber whenever I want to get a nice edge. So it should
Yeah.
work fine. Should work fine. So of course you always want to test it. So I'm going to even out the pigment. All right, so here we go. The gold is showing through. Perfect. Now I'm going to take a brush and I'm going to paint around the rest of it.
Those two colors go so well together.
Yeah, even though some of the gold might still be a little wet, most of it's pretty dry, they blend well together. But of course, this is supposed to look old and antique, so
yes,
a little bit of the gold and the brown mica will look fine together.
I think it looks great with all the other colors. Wow.
Yeah, well, with this camera, can't really see the difference. But what I can also do, if I decide that I don't like the gold, I can take a skinny black Sharpie and just put some black in there.
If you want it to stand out more.
Yes. I know I just glued that down, but there was something on there. There was some mica powder that there we go.
Some micro beads, who knows?
Yeah, that's all right. So I want to take this and I'm going to paint the rest of it because what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, of course, the gold wax paste on the edges to match this. But I'm also going to shove that brown in there. And then we'll be using the heavy body gel for this because it's the clay. And I want to make sure that it'll glue so that, the heavy body gel will support any of the concave surfaces of my dried clay there.
Yes.
All right.
It's great with molds.
Oh, it's the best. All right. So I'm going to let this a second because I want to make sure that when I put the velvet powder on that it doesn't stick to the other parts of the areas I don't want it.
Yes.
All right, let's put this on. Now to get rid of this edge, what I typically do is I just take a little bit of, first I'll take some umber or umbra, whatever.
And now it's gone.
Right. And then I'll take a little bit gold because I love the gold. Now I'll take the gold and I'll go all the way around the book. I always like to use more than one color. I think it just looks better, even though one's antique paste, one is wax paste. They're both solvent based. Look at that. But it helps cover. Yeah. So this, like I said, I'm going to glue these down, but I'm not going to do it on camera right now because I have to keep the book open, and I'd rather just kind of finish.
That really
I don't even know how much time do I have. Oh, I still got plenty of time.
Oh, you've got plenty of time. You're a speed crafter.
Well, yeah, that's why I spill everything.
But that really makes it look finished. Like, it really,
yeah, it finishes the edge. It hides that the paper doesn't quite fit. All right, let me put some caps on some of this stuff here because I'm bound to knock it over again. So there's that. Okay, let me take the gold. Kind of feather it in so it's not so bright. And I'll decorate. I'll do the same on the back with this, the gold and the umbra, but not when this is all drying. All right. There we go.
Very cool.
Let's see. How is this? Yeah, it's dry. That dries fast. All right. Now we're going to have some fun. I better put the book to the side because I'll make a mess. So let's put this right here. Oh my gosh. And we're going to take the express glue and we're going to fill in the valley that's right there. And then we're going to smush in the brown velvet powder.
I am very impressed, since you're a messy crafter, that you wear gloves the whole time.
Would you know why? Let me tell you, because I was so tired of going places and having my fingers just always looking like I was just dirty.
Just like
I had stuff under my, like wax paste under my nails, paint on me. So I was like, you know what? Instead of spending, 20 minutes scrubbing my hands, let me just wear gloves.
So you're saying you want your artwork to have patina, but not your hands.
Yeah. For years doing furniture and stuff, even crafts like this, I always had dirty hands. And now I don't have dirty hands anymore. Unless sometimes I do forget to put my gloves on.
But when you're working, getting like wearing gloves while you're crafting, was it hard to get used to?
Yeah, when I do the wax paste, I normally will take my gloves off because I like to feel what I'm putting on, and you can't really do that when you have the gloves on.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if this is a good choice. Well, maybe we should use the red here because we're going to be using this color on something. So maybe we should. Let's see what it's gonna. Let's pop this back over here. Like, do you think that's gonna?
I think it would be pretty.
Or do you think it should just stay with the brown? Let me put this up here.
You said that color is going to reappear somewhere?
It's going to appear, yeah. So maybe we'll use it, because this is kind of all dark anyway. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah.
I'm always going to vote for color. Every time.
Every time.
Just a dash.
I'm just putting this here. Oh. Okay. So normally you wouldn't use the glue like this to glue on your velvet powder. You'd use the tacky glue, but since it's going to be going in that little crevice, I'm shoving it down in there. It'll be fine. Oh yeah, I think this magenta or the garnet was a good choice.
That color is stunning. I love it.
This is the perfect color when you do at Christmas with Santa.
Ugh.
It's such a pretty color. Okay, so I'm now going to push it into the glue. I'm not pushing too heavy because I don't want the glue to spill out of the edges. So I'm just going to go around. And typically you would paint the color underneath, but since this is going to be so thick, it's not going to matter. All right.
Oh, yeah. That color looks good.
Yeah. I'm just going to clean up the edge with a little baby wipe to make sure that I don't have any excess. Let me get this. And I can even use maybe some Umbra, the brown instead of the gold on top. Ooh, that is
You're always
beautiful.
finding cool ways to use that velvet powder.
Oh,
that
I love
never
the velvet powder. I love it. I use it all the time. And you know what's really nice about the velvet powder is you can make your own colors. Like I make my own colors all the time by mixing them.
Yeah.
Okay. This is what we're going to be using.
Oh, beautiful.
So let me put this mess away and I'll put that back in the jar in a minute. I just don't want to waste the time because let's see how much. Oh, I still have plenty of time. Wow, look at that.
Yeah, you're killing it.
I know, I move fast. Okay, so here's the book.
Now I'm understanding the loop, I think.
Yes, I think you do. You know, this is really bright though, but we can tone it down if we don't like this red. And I really kind of think it's too bright, but like
you might change your mind after you put that ribbon on there.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do, might as well do it right now just so you can see. I tied a bow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it through here. And this is really hard with gloves. Okay. You need to feel stuff. All right. So then it goes right to the bow.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Through. And we can make I could make the bow, the bow smaller if I wanted to. But what I'm going to do is now I'm just going to tie a little knot here because what I want it to do is I'm going to put it through and it's going to be the book marker for the journal. Like what's it called? Page marker?
Yeah.
Yeah. Put this through. Get this.
Now, I don't remember if you said at the beginning, but Thistlewick, is that your creation?
Whisker, yes.
Thistle whisker, yes.
So see, then you could put this right in here. So it's like a page holder.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
I love it.
And so that's where this red comes in.
Yes.
But I still think it's too much with this brown here.
Okay.
So.
Yes, what would you do about that?
Wow, that's a great question. Normally I would take some glaze or something like the antiquing gel and go over the velvet powder.
Oh.
But yeah, what it does is I've done the mistake before and it turns it just into textured paint. It doesn't look that bad.
Okay.
Maybe what we'll do is we're going to throw a little bit of brown. Let's see if we can. That's what we're going to do.
That's what I was wondering. If it's still sticky, could you add a little more?
I'm just going to add. We're going to kind of mix them.
Kelly says, I love the way Shannon giggles every time she says thistle whisker.
All right, so we're going to just kind of smoosh this out a little bit. And so what it's going to do is this is going to give us a little bit of brown and magenta. So it'll be kind of, I better take it off of here. Yeah, I wanted to put Mr. Thistle Whisker on here, but the Mr. wouldn't fit when I did it the other. So it's just this journal of. All right, so I'm going to push this in. So this will kind of mute down. It still has the appearance, a little bit of the red, the magenta in there.
Actually, that worked great. It's almost like the brown, you use that as an antiquing.
Yeah, exactly, right? And it's kept the look of the velvet.
Yes.
I'm just going to make sure it's not on the edges because we're going to come back and we are going to decorate those edges.
Kelly also said, I think if I'm ever at a loss for a new pet name, Shannon's my girl. I would agree. It's pretty good. Yeah, that looks really good.
Yeah. you won't see the white when it dries. So, all right. And now I'm wondering, because the brown and the gold are so close together, if maybe we should have just used the black, like this. Here's a black little Sharpie. Let's just see what of looks like with the black. Come on, focus. Golly. I don't know. That is the weirdest thing. I've never seen that before on StreamYard.
We're going to get to the bottom of it.
That's okay. I just wish I would have had my other camera going so that way I could have recorded it clear, but at least we'll have the finished product clear.
Yes.
Okay, so let's use some of the umber. I know this is the antique, but I just and we need the brown, and there's no brown wax base. There's black. Did you notice that?
Yes.
Normally what I'll do is I'll use like just some furniture wax or whatever, but sometimes I just grab this and it works just as good.
Scribbling frantically in my notebook. We need a brown wax base.
Yeah. And there's a bronze, that new antique bronze one.
Yes, but
that still doesn't, it's not as dark.
Yeah.
Ooh. So that just adds to it. And when I was doing that, I took a little bit of the brown off, which is fine because it just makes it look like it's an old. Yeah, look at that. That came out nice. I love it. It'll look good when I show you in the pictures. All right, let's use some heavy body gel on this bad boy. Get my little spatula, and because it's not even, that's why I'm choosing to use the heavy body gel because it's going to fill in any gaps and it's going to make sure that this does not come off. Because then we would not know whose journal it was.
That's right.
Ta-da!
Yes. I love that ribbon on there.
Yeah, and it's just nice because it works as a bookmark. And you can cut this down to whatever size you want.
Yes.
But so then you open it and then you've got your little, little journal. I just thought it'd be cute for Easter. And you can, like on the camera, you can't see it, but here you can see where we put the little antiquing. So it looks like a really old aged frame. And with the brown, just so cute.
When we bring the camera back on you, you can hold it up.
Yeah, I'll hold it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to see it really well.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I have 12 minutes. So let's play with this one. I'm going to show you how I did the mirror mist and if we would have used this one, how we would have stamped it.
I think mirror mist is very cool.
Yes, the mirror mist is a very fun. It's very messy though. You definitely want to use gloves when you use the mirror mist. Okay, now it's on my desk. If anybody can see it, tell me to go left, right, up, back. Maybe if I start putting the caps.
I'm assuming you're using mirror mist for plastic because you're doing this on
Yes, I'm going to use the plastic one. And if I can't find it, I have a new one that I haven't opened yet that's over on the, oh wait, no, there it is. It's on my table. Hold on, let me grab it. But sometimes they clog. So my recommendation is always when you get a new one, you get a twist off top and then you stick this in. My recommendation is take that off, put the twist top back on, rinse this underwater. That way it won't clog. So this one I didn't do last time because I lost the little thing, so I couldn't do it. But you hear the metal?
Yes.
So you just simply spray it on. I'm doing through the backside.
Now, Iveta and I were just talking, and, she has her show on Fridays at 9.
Oh, yeah.
So she was talking about this upcoming week that she's doing mirror mist. And I realized we'll be together, you and I.
Oh, that's right.
So it'll be a very busy day for us because it's also Pentart Playdate. But I said, but maybe we can bring Shannon on then.
Oh, yeah. Now, normally when I do the mirror mist, I'll add some of like the gold and the umber underneath like I did on this one. This one, I didn't do it just so you can see the difference.
So cool.
So you see the gold and the umber underneath just gives it that extra antique look. But if you don't want the antique look, even though the mirror mist kind of makes it look like it's antique.
Yeah.
And then
I
once
love
that's
that
dry, it dries super fast. You just take your black paint. This is very important. You want to, ooh, my brush is hard. Let's get a soft brush. No. And you can put 1 coat of the mirror mist on, 2 coats. It just depends on your look. If you want it to look like a real heavy mirrored effect, then you're going to use 2 different layers. So then the black helps.
Oh. I did not know that.
Oh yeah, the black helps the mirror tremendously.
Yeah.
I do want to show one thing. Because the resin, when you pull it out of a mold, you know how it's always cloudy?
Yes.
Well, you can use either the pouring glaze, or your clear varnish, and it'll clear it right up. Look at that. So see, now you can see it different now?
Yes.
It's just clear. It takes the haze right off of your clear resin.
Wow, just like that.
Just like that.
So cool.
Yep. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to stamp on here, Journal of Thistle Whisker.
That's a lot of letters.
Well, I know, but I've got them all laid out here. It's pretty easy. Let's see. I'm going to have to hold this because the back is still wet.
Yeah.
So I have my little stamp here and my little letters. Look how cute they are.
Tina says this project is amazing. So many tips on this live.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's fun. I always like to layer. I love layering. I'm a layer queen.
Yes.
Layers and layers and layers. Okay, so T, where are you? Here's T. Actually, probably need to make sure the clear is dry too, right? That would be helpful. Let me just hit dry real quick. Because we don't want the ink to run into the clear varnish. There we go.
And that was the solvent varnish you used?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the clear varnish, anytime it says clear varnish, that's the solvent.
Yes.
I don't know why Pentart does that. Like it says clear varnish, but all varnishes are clear, aren't they? So it's kind of confusing. I wish they would have a specific name for it because even the water-based varnish dries clear. So I don't know why it's called clear varnish.
Well, and actually, as you know, we have quite a bit of the antique one because that's also called glossy. It's like it's just like one word off and it doesn't say antique in it.
Yeah, if I could rename some of the things for Pentart, I would be glad to help them.
Yes.
Because their products
sure
are so good, but sometimes you get a little confused.
Yes.
All right.
Sometimes you get so confused that you order 300 of something that you thought was something else. Luckily, it's a good product.
Right. THI. Yeah. So now I've never had this happen before. It's not sticking. Maybe it's the ink that I chose. Huh. Well, I'm glad we did the other one.
I wonder if you'd almost need an alcohol ink because it's like once you put that solvent varnish in, it's like a non-porous.
Yeah, that could be. I've never, well, I stamped the other one earlier. Huh. I don't know. I do have alcohol inks, but they're way over there and we just won't worry about that. So what we'll do is let's see if this will work. I have these little pens here. Oh yeah.
Goes right on?
Yeah.
There you
Thistle whisker.
Valerie says she's enjoying the event with all the tips and tricks. Thank you for sharing your time, talents, and ideas.
So you have a little mirror with.
There you go.
And what you could do with this one is to make it look like more like an antique kind of, like you see pantry or like the old lawyer's office, how it's got the black letter and this outline in gold.
Yes.
So maybe we can, let me just dry these ink real quick. Let's see if we can put the gold over it just to give it that other look. Like shade the letters in, like make them 3D looking kind of. You know what I mean by
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Like shadow.
Yes.
Let's see if that'll work. Because why not? Okay, so that's probably not the right color. That's really bright. Really bright. So I just have these little markers here. They're just, let's try this light. Oh, here's a gold. Duh.
Sandy said she might need to, she might be spending her grocery budget. I bet you can find enough stuff in your pantry to get you through the week. That's a challenge.
Yeah, so this gold one, I'm just kind of outlining some of the black letters.
That's good.
Yeah, this is way easier, or easier on the eyes. And then one little place that I messed up, I'm just going to take the black and go right over it. There we go.
Yeah.
So, and then I was going to put the brown velvet powder in there. Let's see how much time do we have. Oh, no, 3 minutes. That won't be good enough. So the brown velvet powder was going to go in there, and then we're going to take the gold to it. But we ran out of time.
But I bet you'll still do it and show us later.
Probably. I'm just going to look at that. So I put the black in there. So now it's really popping. So let me just do that real quick, and then we can wrap it up.
I cannot believe what you just accomplished in an hour.
Oh, no. Well, thank you. I did make a mess.
You accomplished all of that and did a camera change.
There we go. So now we got the little,
beautiful.
That's why I left that sticking up.
Why don't I give you the solo on you? That way you can hold it up and show it. Are you ready for that?
Sure.
Okay.
Now look how clear that is.
That's what I mean. Isn't that weird? We'll get to the bottom of it. Yes. Now you can see it.
So you can see where we came in with the umber and the gold to make it look gold. And you can see the velvet powder.
Oh, that's so good.
And the little micro beads in the deluxe paste.
Oh, it's so good.
I could have done a lot more on this, but I knew I wasn't going to have time.
Oh, well, you can always come back for a part 2.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
but anyway, so that's what you guys were talking about stamping in earlier. It's so easy to do. And these are like really inexpensive, and they have so many different fonts at the craft store.
I'm obsessed with the micro beads in the deluxe paste.
Right? Yeah. You can stick the micro beads in anything. Oops.
We will. I'm gonna
on my lip.
Shannon's page will be linked in the description, but it's which page would you like me to share here in the comments?
Oh, you mean me or Pentar?
You. No, I just mean
I only have Creating with Shannon.
Oh, that's right. That's the only one now.
That's the only one.
That's the only one. Okay. Yes, Creating with Shannon.
Creating with Shannon at Pick and Boots. Yeah, eventually I'll drop the Pick and Boots, but I just love saying Pick and Boots. So.
And you are Pick and Boots.
Right. That's right. I always wear my boots.
That. Okay, let me bring myself back up here. Oh, no.
Hi.
I don't
there
want
we are. Oh.
And I don't want this. There. We'll get the hang of this someday.
See, now look, my hands are clean.
Wow, beautiful. You're ready to go out.
My desk is not, but I am.
That's okay. That's okay. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Share some pictures with us when you're done.
Will do. Thank you for having me. Sorry, I don't know what went wrong with the camera. It's probably on my end, but I don't know.
Well, it could be on my end, as you well know. I'm not a pro at this. Just trying to get there.
No, we did fabulous. It's good. Once they see the picture, that's all they need is the final project anyway.
And the next time I see you, it'll be in person.
It's going to be less than a week.
It's way less than a week.
Holy cow.
Like way less than a week.
Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to get up there. What's the weather?
Well, I won't mention it.
Okay.
Ask me in a couple days. There may be flowers blooming. by the time you get here.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
Yeah. So
So excited. Yes, Shannon's going to come to Medina and see us. We're very excited.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yes. All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your day. Next up will be Teri to finish us up at 1:30. So join
right.
us. All right.
Bye-bye.
Shannon. Thank you.